Court will be in session for a fifth day today after dramatic testimony at the murder trial of Casey Anthony, the Florida woman accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. Yesterday, a witness testified about a powerful odor coming from Anthony's car, and Ashley Banfield was inside the courtroom in Orlando.
You may be seated, and good morning.
The day started out well for Casey Anthony as her future sister-in-law took the stand and tearfully described a great relationship between Casey and Kaylee.
Casey and Kaylee had a very special bond.
It brought Casey to tears, but the raw emotion gave way to pure tension as prosecutors zeroed in on a foul stench that was found in Casey's car.
The instant flash in my mind was, whew, I know what that smells like.
Simon Birch worked in the impound lot where Casey's car was towed.
As the door was opened, the smell came out very intently.
Have you ever had the opportunity to come across a vehicle in which there had been a dead body?
Yes, ma'am.
Compelling as he was, the defense launched an attack.
You knew there was a missing child.
Yes, sir.
And you knew there was a foul odor in the trunk of the car.
Yes, sir.
You never called the police.
No, sir.
And for the third time in a week, Casey's dad took the stand.
As you approached the vehicle, did you smell anything?
I did smell a pretty strong odor.
Was that the odor of a human corpse?
Yes, but I just said, please, God, don't let this be Casey or Kaylee.
Across the courtroom, where there were tears before, there were no tears now. And when Casey's lawyer took aim at her father, accusing him of covering up evidence, fireworks flew.
And if you're trying to trick me, you're not going to trick me.
It has become an ironic friction. The man enlisted to save his daughter's life could at the same time be ruining his. For Good Morning America, Ashley Banfield, ABC News, Orlando.
And let's get more on this now with GMA legal analyst Dan Abrams. Dan, good morning. Thanks for coming in. So this odor testimony, how important is that?
It's important. I don't know that it's going to be the most important piece of testimony in the case, but there's no question that they're trying to put together a puzzle, right? Which is they're trying to create the circumstantial evidence, which is the way she was behaving in the days after her child died, and then put on top of that the car and the odor and the lies and the duct tape, et cetera. So each piece by itself may not be the sort of smoking gun, but prosecutors hope that together it creates a compelling case.
As you and I were sitting here watching the story air, you pointed out that the prosecutors keep calling her father back to the stand repeatedly. That's unusual.
Really unusual. Usually what you do is you call a witness, you ask them about everything, and occasionally, much later in the case, if some new issue comes up, you call them back. Prosecutors have now called George Anthony to the stand 3 different times. Why? It seems that they want these jurors to come to know George Anthony. Why? Because the defense's whole strategy is pointing the finger at him, making him the villain. He's the guy who the defense is saying sexually abused Casey as a child, and that's led her to lie all these years, etc. So with him as the villain on the defense's part, by the prosecution consistently calling him, I think that they're trying to say, this is someone who you can trust, this is someone who you can't believe what the defense is saying about him, etc.
At some point, does she have to testify?
Well, I wouldn't have said yes, except for what the defense has become. Meaning, when the defense is the reason that she behaved the way she did after her child died, the reason we think George Anthony may have disposed of the body, I think then Casey does have to testify, because who else is going to explain that? Yeah, because otherwise they're going to have promised something in the opening statement that they don't deliver upon during the case. So she's the only one who can say it. The problem for her is if she testifies, she's going to have to explain each and every one of those days where her child is dead.
And she's going
and
shopping.
She's out shopping, she's out partying, she's hanging out with friends, and she's not reporting it. That's going to be a very, very difficult cross-examination.
Dan Abrams, always fascinating to have you on. Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Dan.